Have you ever felt like you gave your all in a relationship, only to end up losing yourself and the love of your life? Have you found yourself sacrificing your goals and dreams for someone who, in the end, didn't appreciate your efforts? I've been through that painful experience too, and I know how challenging it can be. This video is dedicated to those men who have experienced the agony of watching a relationship crumble, not due to a lack of love, but because they forgot their purpose in the process. Join us as we delve into these experiences and learn together how to keep our goals and relationships in balance. Don't miss the end, where we'll reveal the most painful and crucial truth for maintaining your emotional strength and confidence as a man. Let's get started. Truth number 1. Reject worthlessness. It is crucial to avoid the woman who dismissed you in the past and now seeks your attention when facing physical or emotional difficulties. If she ever ignored and rejected you because she had other options, and now when she's no longer physically appealing or attracting others, she approaches you, it is essential to reject her. Acknowledge what you need to do. Tell her no when no one else wants her and she's seeking your attention. You're probably familiar with that high school classmate who was considered the most attractive and treated you as insignificant. She thought she was untouchable, but things have changed over time. She might end up as a single mother after ignoring those around her, or perhaps she neglected her appearance to the point where almost no one notices her now. Now that you've improved both physically and financially and become attractive, she suddenly seems interested in giving you a chance, trying to impress you again. In these situations, it's crucial to remember your own value and not allow someone who belittled you in the past to re-enter your life simply because her circumstances have changed. Maintaining your self-esteem and recognizing that you deserve to be valued not only during your successful moments, but also when circumstances are not favorable is key to building healthy and equitable relationships. So move forward with confidence and make decisions that reflect your worth and self-respect. Many men fall into the temptation of accepting these women because they have always dreamed of them, and now that the opportunity presents itself, they can't resist. However, this is something you should never allow if you value and respect yourself as a man. This point is not about revenge, it's about not settling for someone whose prime has passed while you are at your best. It's a matter of recognizing your own worth and not compromising it for the whim of the moment. It's common for some women to be upset when they realize their best years are behind them, but it's something they must accept, just as you must accept that if they rejected you in their prime, you now have the right to reject them. You are at your best and deserve to share your life with someone who values and appreciates who you are in the present, not with someone who dismissed you in the past. It may sound direct and harsh, but it is simply a reality. Refusing to settle for relationships that only emerge when circumstances are favorable shows your authenticity and self-respect. By maintaining your standards, you pave the way for more meaningful and equitable relationships, where both can grow and thrive together. Truth number 2. Avoid overinvesting in a woman. It is essential to avoid overinvesting in women with whom you do not have an intimate relationship or serious commitment. This not only includes spending large sums of money but also dedicating significant amounts of energy, time, effort, and emotions. The key is not to squander resources on situations that do not offer reciprocity or a real commitment. Investing in a relationship extends beyond the financial aspect. It also includes the time and emotional energy spent attending to another person's needs, such as always being available to listen to their problems. Therefore, it is crucial to set limits on these investments to protect not only your financial assets, but also your emotional well-being. This leads us to reflect on how we allocate our emotional and financial resources to build healthier and more equitable relationships. So, what do I recommend when you're getting to know someone? I suggest that you invest in her moderately, adjusting your level of effort according to the genuine interest she shows. Avoid squandering your valuable resources in situations where reciprocity and commitment are not clearly defined. This is not about being stingy but about being aware and strategic in your emotional, and in some cases, financial investments. The key is to carefully observe her actions and assess if they align with her words and expressions of interest. If she shows genuine interest and responds reciprocally to your efforts, you can consider gradually increasing your emotional investment. However, it is crucial to maintain balance to protect your emotional well-being and avoid unfavorable situations. For example, if you want to invite her out, do so, but plan an activity that fits your budget without compromising your financial stability. Enjoy her company and be authentic, but keep financial perspectives in mind and do not go into debt to impress her. If at any point you notice that she has lost interest, rejected you, ignored you, or started making excuses not to see you, it is crucial to act immediately. Stop investing resources such as money, time, energy, and emotions in that direction. In other words, withdraw and move on, as it is evident that her interest has waned and she might be exploring other options. These truths may be uncomfortable, but understanding them will be worthwhile and provide you with valuable guidance. Let's keep moving forward, and I encourage you to stay until the end, as the final truth is the most crucial and impactful. Truth number 3: loss of interest. A woman who has lost interest can become relentless, no matter how much you have invested in her. You might have spent years in a relationship believing everything was fine, only for her to suddenly decide to leave it all behind for someone else. The confusion is immense, and you wonder how she can abandon such a meaningful connection built over so much time, choosing someone she barely knows. It's hard to accept how cruel and ruthless she can become after you have given your best for an extended period. In your bewilderment, you might try begging her, urging her to reconsider her decision, pleading for her to come back, arguing that she might be mistaken. However, it's crucial to understand that people can change and evolve in ways we cannot predict. Accepting that interest has waned and that the relationship has come to an end can be painful, but trying to hold on to someone who no longer shares that feeling can be even more damaging for both parties. This truth highlights the importance of recognizing the limits of your influence and understanding that, sometimes, relationships can end abruptly. Learning to accept and handle these situations with emotional maturity can be a valuable lesson in the complex journey of relationships. However, all you achieve with such attempts is to humiliate yourself. At this point, the connection you shared seems to have lost its relevance. Now, she only wants to enjoy her new relationship, and you have become practically invisible to her. In such situations, some women might seek to blame you, making you responsible for the supposed failure of the relationship. Other scenarios might include attempts to strip you of your possessions, such as your home or car, and even desires to leave you with nothing. Additionally, some will seek to humiliate you in every possible way, whether by showing you their new partner or enjoying watching you beg for an opportunity that is no longer on the horizon. This type of scenario is familiar to many. It's an experience shared by many, whether lived firsthand or witnessed in the lives of friends, acquaintances, or family members. What am I trying to convey with all this? Frankly, don't get entangled searching for explanations or reasons to understand why she became so ruthless towards you. If you were a good man who tried to give your best, and yet she chose to leave for someone else, it's time to accept reality and realize that the caring and understanding woman from the past is no longer part of your present. Instead, a ruthless version has emerged who has left behind everything you did for her. My recommendation is clear: accept reality, stop searching for explanations, let her go, and start a new life without her. There is a long road ahead, and life doesn't stop when a woman who wasn't worth it decides to leave. On the contrary, it opens the door to a new chapter where you become wiser and stronger. Truth number 4: don't abandon your purpose. A man who sets aside his purpose for a woman ends up losing both his purpose and the woman. Before meeting her, you are highly focused on your goals, with a prosperous income, enviable physical condition, and noticeable improvements in various aspects of your life. Then, this woman came along and captured your attention. You began to get to know each other, and within a few weeks, she became your partner. You felt euphoric, believing that what you had was unique and everything seemed perfect. However, gradually, in your eagerness to always be with her, please her, and make her happy, you started to prioritize her presence over your own goals. You neglected your objectives and lost focus on your work. You wanted to be with her all the time, began to neglect your health and fitness, relaxing so much that you strayed from your original purpose. She started to notice a change in you, but not for the better. She saw you as lost and dependent on her, and noticed that your only ambition was to be with her without other pursuits in life. She observed your decline and realized how vulnerable you had become because of a woman. This situation highlights a crucial reality. When a man abandons his purpose and immerses himself completely in his partner's life, he ultimately loses not only his direction and focus but also the relationship itself. It's an important reminder of the need to balance romantic life with maintaining personal goals and purposes. Keeping your identity and individual goals not only strengthens your own well-being, but also helps build a more equitable and lasting relationship. She stopped respecting you, seeing you as mentally vulnerable. She told you, "I don't know what's happened to you, but you're no longer the same man I met at the beginning. I need space and time to think about our relationship." Despite your attempts to convince her to stay, none of your pleas worked. She stepped away to take time and never returned, finding comfort in someone else's arms. What's my recommendation, my friend? One key word: priority. I understand you have deep affection for your partner, but your purpose must come first. Don't abandon or neglect it. Just as you dedicate time, money, and energy to your relationship, you must also allocate time, resources, and energy to your purpose. Stay focused. Your purpose is essential, and prioritizing it will not only strengthen you but also contribute to the solidity of your relationships. I hope you found the truths we shared today useful. Always remember to keep your purpose and self-esteem as fundamental priorities in your life. If you ever find yourself sacrificing too much for someone who doesn't value your efforts, remember that you deserve more. Take charge of your life and seek relationships where your dedication is appreciated and your goals are respected. Remember, women often prefer a man who has worked on himself spiritually, financially, physically, and emotionally. This is the man you should strive to become. Thank you for joining us on this journey of reflection and learning.